The noble faction has begun acting in secret. I don't know why we're shocked by this. Did we not, like, pick up on this through the whole game? What with Eustace's father raising the taxes for whatever it is he's doing? Why else do you raise taxes but for some nefarious reasoning in these types of games? Indeed, for the past month, they've been quite active behind closed doors. And no doubt they're trying to reaffirm their unity, holding conference after conference all across the country. Of course, I'm sure this isn't news to your youngest classmate. Well, yeah. The intelligence division's all on edge, wondering whether they're about to start a full-scale conflict with the reformists. Seriously? So that's what they've been up to, scurrying around all this time. But since Duke Cayenne's basically the leader of the noble faction, I sure wasn't expecting him to come all the way out here in person. Nor was I. They appear to be planning a large conference in the near future. What do you mean appear to be? He literally invited you to the conference. We were there. To be attended by all members of the noble faction. The Duke came all the way out here to insist that I attend. That is so ballsy to walk up to a known swords master, one of, if not the strongest people in the country, and threaten them. Do you not want to continue living, sir? The only people worse at picking up clues than Lloyd is Class 7? You mean two people named McDowell were related the whole time? Man, I always forget how questionable Lloyd's intelligence was at times. But father, you're not even a member. Quite right, my lady. Your father has long kept his distance from the faction. In the same way, he has also kept space between himself and the reformists, preferring to remain neutral. However, they are convinced that all nobles should belong to the noble faction as a matter of course. I feel like we should go check up on Reen's father and make sure he's still alive. I've heard they've been quite forceful about bringing those nobles who don't support the faction into their ranks. Would I be correct in assuming that my family is involved in all of this? Eustace, I'm surprised to find out that Duke Alberea isn't in charge of all of this, let alone involved. I'm afraid so. Nobles should stay with nobles. Well, you know what? Reen has probably not the blood of a noble then, so I guess that means he would be obligated to not pursue his sister romantically, which is something I can get behind. That's just a no for me. There's been some disagreement over whether Duke Cayenne or Duke Alberea should lead the four great houses. But I expect that either would bring the same platform to the table. Sorry, Eustace, your dad is also a piece of trash. Which you probably should have already known at this point. If you don't mind my asking, do you happen to know where my family stands on the issue? You need not worry about your family's allegiances. Why would he ask that question, though? His father adopted him, a presumed commoner, because I really feel like there's no way to know if he's truly a commoner or not at this point. Like, took him in as his own son, raised him alongside his own child, and, like, fully intends to, like, pass on the family to him, the lordship or whatever, the title. Why would you ask if your father is, like, an elitist or not? Lord Schwarzer is widely known as an even more obstinate man than I. I can't imagine that he'd have any interest in supporting the questionable actions of other nobles. I just feel like if I was Reen's family and I found out he asked some asinine question like that about me, I'd be really mad. and question if he ever actually listens. I can't imagine that he'd have any interest in supporting the questionable actions of other nobles. I see. I'm actually a little relieved to hear you say so. Hold on a moment. Perhaps there's a move we can make after all. I'm afraid I'll be leaving the Graham again on another of my little trips. I apologize for the suddenness, but please tend to things in my absence. As you wish, my lord. Father? That's another thing. Lara's dad has only been back for like not even a whole day, and somehow Duke Cayenne knew to come at this time. Sir, you have a mole. Wow. Well, that was sudden. I believe in acting swiftly and decisively. I intend to establish contact with all the nobles who have remained neutral in the ongoing factional conflict, so as to prevent them being taken in by the noble faction's coercive methods. Father. A prudent course of action, I think. In that case, I'd be happy to come with you. Toval? What are you doing here? Ah, so you're here as well. Wouldn't miss the chance to catch a glimpse of the majestic Duke Cayenne. Did you know he left in a limousine that came all the way from Bereahard? Why come by ferry if you were going to have a limousine pick you up? Wait, then. Was it just a power move to be like, I can take over your stupid ferry whenever I want to? There's nothing you can do about it. It couldn't have. Did it belong to the Alberea family? Well, Rufus Alberea got into it, so yeah. I'd say that's likely. Brother Rufus, no. Couldn't ask for a classier escort. They brought a tank with them? That just seems a bit much. So Rufus was here. Well, he is the heir of the Alberea family. Considering our visitor was none other than Duke Cayenne, it's not at all surprising that Rufus would pick him up. But I know you didn't just come here to volunteer your company on my trip. Well, it just so happens that these guys here brought me a pretty curious story. We've got confirmation that a mechanical monster appeared on the highway outside Le Graham. Is that so? I believe this is the first time one's appeared since the counteroffensive Sir Cassius launched 2 years ago. Who the heck is Sir Cassius? That's right. Come to think of it, that was the first time we met, wasn't it? It was indeed. What a strange coincidence. Have any others been found in the area? Nothing so far. This is just a hunch, but I suspect it may have been released as a diversion. I concur. Perhaps having you come with me is the best course of action after all. All right, that's what I wanted to hear. Father. It sounds like there's a lot more going on here than just factions butting heads. Sorry, I can't say anything for certain just yet. But if we turn up anything concrete, I'll be sure to tell Sarah, and she'll pass it on. Will she, though? I think she enjoys keeping us in the dark because it's funny to her. All right, here's what I've got for you this afternoon. A golden catch. Calling all fishermen. Could someone catch me the elusive gold salmon? Find me at the Apricot pose in for more detailed information. When you finished up for the day, I'd appreciate it if you could head to the guild and file your reports. I left you a note on the counter telling you how to do it. Nothing too difficult. Got it. Leave it to us. Just make sure to lock up before you leave for the night. Someone else should be coming in to take care of things tomorrow. Understood. We'll do our best to take care of the guild in your absence. I wish you well in your studies. And I hope you'll forgive me for leaving so suddenly. Not to worry, Father. I'm used to it. Rip. Thank you again for your hospitality and for agreeing to a duel. Oh yeah, we did do that. I forgot. I look forward to our next meeting. As do I. You show great promise as a swordsman. I hope you continue to devote yourself to your studies and training alongside my daughter. I'm honored, sir. In fact, I hope all of you will look past her uncouth father and continue giving her your friendship and support. As a single father, the fact that I've yet to hear any tales of budding romance concerning my daughter has me worried. I feel like normally parents worry about the opposite. He's over here like, no, why are none of you dating my daughter? What's wrong with you? It would be our pleasure. She sure does seem popular with the girls, though. I pray you have a safe journey. Thank you for all you've done for us. Catch you later, then. Give my best to Sarah. Why must he always be so... Honestly, you've got one amazing dad. Free-spirited, open-minded, not to mention incredibly strong. Having met him, I can tell how you grew up like you did. Huh? Green's right, you know. You're living proof that great parents lead to great children. I suppose having someone like him in your life as a role model would naturally lead you to aspire to greatness. Well, that or feel woefully inadequate in comparison and develop an inferiority complex. Thank you for that, Eustace. So kind. But all told, you're living proof the daughter of the Arseed house has grown up sound in mind and body. Stop teasing me at once! Moving on. Tobel has entrusted us with looking after the guild. We may have only half a day remaining, but we still have our duties to fulfill. Look at her, trying to change the subject. I am not. One additional quest was added. After you return to the guild to file your reports, the time of day will advance to evening and the main story will proceed. Can I now talk to this Cindy person? Oh, the children aren't here anymore. I guess they went off to their base. The boat finally left. They sure were a rough bunch, but hey, at least now I can get back to work. That's all you have to say. Hey. Hey there, Cindy. What brings you here? Oh, good day. You wouldn't happen to have seen Toval today, would you? About that... He kind of got on a train and left. Oops. I did, but I'm afraid he's currently out of town attending to some business. I see. Do you need something from the guild? I forgot to say aha. I'll say it now. Aha! Does that make you feel better? It's nothing too important. Well, Toval did leave us in charge of the guild for the day. Oh yeah, and we're right here, so just ask us if you need anything. That's right, helping others is what the guild does, and that's what we are here for too. Lady Laura, I can't simply ask you to give up your time for my sake. But if you insist, then I suppose you turned around so quickly. You're like, no, I couldn't inconvenience you. Here's exactly what I need. Go do it. I happen to be looking for some luminous grass, you see. Oh? I can't recall ever hearing of such a plant before. I assume it's well known here in Legram? That's right, it's a rare flower that grows in the surrounding countryside. It has the unusual trait of blooming only on sunny days and only when the previous day was foggy. That is so freakishly specific. That certainly is unusual. I guess that'd make today an ideal day to go find some then? That's correct. That's why I made my way to the guild to ask Toval to find some for me. But as you just informed me, he isn't in today. I can't really go out onto the highway on my own because of the monsters, though, so I'm at a loss as to what to do. I thought they always said that those, like, lights, the lanterns that we just fixed 14 of, were what, kept monsters away. So now that we turned all the lights back on, should she not be fine to go walk on the highway? Or do the lights in this area just suck? So would you be willing to go and gather some for me instead? I mean, I'll do it because you're probably going to pay me. I just really feel like you could do this yourself. Leave it to us. Really? Thank you so much. I have a pretty good idea as to why you might want it, but allow me to ask. I assume you're planning to make a charm, right? Light only protects the highways? So, like, only the road itself? She couldn't just look for the grass on the road itself? That's correct. A charm? It's also not necessarily foolproof. These lamps are a disappointment. In the ground, when someone you hold dear embarks on a long journey, it's a tradition to make a charm for them. Then you give it to that person to take with them, and it's supposed to bring them good luck. Wow, I've never heard of any traditions like that. It's a custom that stretches all the way back to the Middle Ages. It's said it began when people offered charms to members of the Eisenritter as they left for distant battlefields. Fascinating. So, how is the luminous grass used to make these charms then? Well, the traditional way has you place one of its petals within the charm itself. Because of how the flowers bloom, people believed they had the power to clear away fog. And because of that, the flower came to symbolize victory over chaos. Interesting. Wow, that's pretty deep. Yeah, that actually sounds like a really cool charm. I want one. Have you ever been given one, Laura? I have, actually. Cindy gave me one right before I left for Thor's. Syria and Chloe both gave me one, too. I keep them in my desk at the academy. When I look at them, it always makes me feel a little closer to home. They're some of my most prized possessions. I'm so pleased to hear you say that. She really does care for Lara, doesn't she? I think we can safely assume so. Back to the luminous grass, though. What does it look like? It's the only flower with white petals that grows around here, so that'll be the easiest way to find it. They may be rare, but we should be able to find one if we search the Ebel Highway. You want to check that out when we come back? You love Lara's fan club? Lara's fan club is pretty adorable. I've heard they're found more frequently at higher elevations. Oh, okay. I guess that does kind of ruin my you could just do this yourself idea. particularly near steep cliffs and the like. Well, with that much information, we ought to be able to find one. Let's start the search while we still have plenty of daylight. Yeah, time for flower power. Thank you very much. Good luck. Charm of the Eisenritter started. All right. Let's go do that, I guess. And then we'll go figure out what the golden catch or whatever. Where am I going? There's a person over there? Or is that the plant? Do. It is a person? Interesting. Is this Annabelle? Hey. Ah, it is. I shall be the one who catches the most elusive of fish. I wonder what it must taste like. I simply can't wait to find out. Okay. Can I not fish here too? Lame. Why can she fish here and I can't? If she can fish, I should be able to fish. She's so great. I don't even know why she left home to go on this huge journey and avoid her butler. But her constant running away is just really entertaining. Aha, it's down there. I went the wrong way. I will fix it. Wait, what? No, I went the right way? That was the wrong button. Crap.
Here we go.
Fight me, sir.
Yeah. Here I go. Now. I'll help. Down you go.
Hopefully we won't have any problems with Lara missing constantly today. That'd be pretty great. No repeats of that.
Let's keep moving.
I don't even think I changed her equipment, so I don't know why she would suddenly be missing so much. Oh my, what pretty flowers. They look like daisies. They look so clean and white. Are these the luminous grass? They are. You can still see beads of dew clinging to them. The sunlight shining through the droplets makes the flowers shine. They're so shiny. They're not though. Here, allow me. We've got luminous grass. All right, so we should take this back to Cindy at once. Right, let's not waste time.